Yo, what's up you guys? It's BT Gizzard. Welcome to another story time video. And today's story is actually about the time I was sitting next to this drunk girl in class and she even threw up. But before we get to all that, make sure to smash that like button, drop a sub, and comment down below after you've done all that. So, let's at the time. It's like 8:30 in the morning and second hour has just started. So my second hour is actually like algebra, and that which is not really my strongest point, I guess you would say. But we walk into the class, and this girl is actually in my first hour class, surprisingly, which was broadcasting, and she seemed totally normal to me. She only sat two seats to the right, and she seemed okay. Like, I wasn't really paying much attention at all, but she was definitely different from what she was in this class my next hour. So I go and I take a seat, and she's sitting there because she always gets to the class before me, is what I've noticed. And we sit in the back, like we're in the middle of the classroom, but like all the way in the back, so only like 5 or 4 feet from the back wall. So we're sitting there, and she's all loud and stuff like that, and you can definitely smell the alcohol in her breath. Like, you could totally smell it. And she's like being like, almost as it seemed like fake drunk, but like over exaggerated, if you know what I mean. Like, faking it, but to like an extent. But she was really drunk. It just seemed like, as at the time, as she was faking it. So class starts, and we pull out our note sheet, start taking our notes. Teacher is teaching, and this is actually a substitute teacher, so our real teacher wasn't there, so that's not really important. So we continue on taking notes, and we're sitting there, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, chick's drunk, what am I gonna do? I'm still sitting there, and all of a sudden I hear like that, like someone's about to throw up. I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, like, what am I going to do? This girl is going to barf. And so what she does is she pulls out a red Gatorade and she starts drinking it. You know, and I'm like, oh man, whatever's coming out of that mouth, it's gonna be red, definitely, and it's gonna be on my pants. I was like freaking out because I don't really want to change my pants to my PE clothes and look like I got dress coded for the day, when in reality I really didn't. So the day goes on. We keep going throughout this hour, and a couple minutes later she puts her head down, and I swear, like on my life, I think she might be allergic to something in the beer, like the gluten maybe, or whatever she drank, because it freaking stank up in there. Like, she was having some stomach problems. It smelled like farts. It was so gross, and I was only like 4 or 5 inches away from her because like the desks are connected right there, and I thought it was like, oh my gosh, this chick is going like pooping her pants. Like, it's so nasty. So I'm just sitting there, like, trying not to just die. And then she starts burping / gagging again. And that's where I push myself away from my desk. I take my legs and I just push it backwards, because I'm not trying to get barfed on. So we continue on. The class goes on for a little bit more. And then she keeps doing the same thing. She keeps, like, farting, keeps, like, gagging or whatever. I'm freaking out. And then the teacher ends the lesson. She lets us move. She's like, oh, you guys can move now. So I didn't want to walk all the way across the classroom to go sit next to my friends, so I just wanted to finish my work there and then do something else. So I'm sitting there, and she's looking super green. I'm talking like Wicked Witch green, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, I couldn't concentrate. I barely took like any notes because I was so scared that she was gonna throw up on me the whole time, and I wasn't even sitting at my desk. I was so far away, and I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden she puts her hand over her mouth and she does that gagging thing again, like that, and then you see it, just some throw up, some blowing chunks, a little bit whatever barf, just fall out and land on her pants. It wasn't like a ton, like a huge like puddle or anything like to clean up. It was like enough to be noticeable though. So I was like, oh my gosh. So I got up. Well, actually, hold up, time out. I didn't even get up. For some reason, I just sat there. I just still sat there, and I watched her put her hand in her sleeve, and she freaking rubbed it in. She rubbed it into her pants. I'm telling you guys, like, you don't understand how disgusting that is. She's rubbing it in her pants, and there's just like a white stain on there from like where the throw up was. And I called it was red, because I remember when it came out of her mouth. But so I get up, and I left. I went across the classroom. I was like, screw it, I'm going to sit over by these guys now. And so she's still sitting there. I'm not 100% sure. Like, we were still watching her, and at that time I was like freaked out about it, but I was also thinking, I thought it was like super funny. Like, everybody in our group chat was like texting him like, oh my gosh, chick's drunk. So yeah, that happened, and I guess she eventually went home during that period. She's like, oh, I don't feel so good. When she felt better, she got up and told the teacher that she needs to go to the nurse, that she wasn't feeling so well. So that happened, and no, I'm not really that surprised that happened. I mean, it's that kind of age, but you have no reason to be drunk at 8:30 in the morning on a Monday. Like, come on, dude, seriously. But this girl's also been suspended for like smoking weed in the bathroom too, so nothing new for her. So that's it for the video. Thank you so much if you watched all the way in. Comment down your craziest story down below, and thank you to all the new subscribers that come in. I really do appreciate you a lot. Live streams, make sure you hop on those when they come up. Discord server down in the description below, and that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
No, I can't be responsible. It ain't my fault.